Hi, welcome to Living in the Light, and I'm Mary Amy, and I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your true potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. Welcome to the fifth dimension. Let me know if the Wi-Fi isn't working well. Just let me know right in the chat. I hope everyone can see me. Today's December 15th. Wow, here we are. We are halfway through December, aren't we? And the new year. I'm pretty excited. How has everyone been? I am on the East Coast. I'm 45 minutes outside of Manhattan, so I am enjoying this cold weather. Are you? I've been getting out in the morning and seeing the light that starts our day. And I always say light on the horizon. Good things are coming beyond your view. A difficult situation will improve. We have to have hope and we have to have faith that good things are coming. And we can create that change ourselves by sparking light in our heart, by controlling our thoughts, by having a good intention. And I always say, also write down your sleeping dreams, because our sleeping dreams will guide us. They will tell us exactly what we should be doing. They will notify us. They will warn us. It's like little mini premonitions. There's data and information. Look for numbers. Look for addresses, names. Maybe you're going to be guided and be told about something that's about to happen to you. And you won't have realized until it's over. But if you pay attention to your sleeping dreams, which means when you wake up in the morning right away, turn to a piece of paper or a composition book or a official dream journal and write it down. Write down a little description. How are you feeling? What kind of emotions did it invoke? What's the date and the time? Who are the characters? Sometimes our sleeping dreams will help us overcome something that we can't during our waking life. So pay attention. And you know what? It's all about your journey, isn't it? It's all about your vessel, your journey. Now, whatever you receive while you're awake, like I say, are you going to receive an impression? You are a receiver and a transmitter, whether you realize it or not. You have your own ID. That is a vibrational frequency, just like your name. My name's Mary, and I also carry a vibrational frequency. So I am sending out my vibration, and that is what I'm attracting. So if I'm in a low vibrational state, like I'm sad or I'm crying, or I don't want to be dramatic about it, but if I'm upset about something, if I'm stressed out, I have to be careful, because I will attract other beings that are stressed out. Maybe someone else that's low vibrational. If you walk around with a lot of anger, please write in the chat and tell me where you're coming from, anyone who's joining us. I hope you like the video and subscribe. So if you're in a place that you're maybe angry and you stay there and you're holding on to it and you're just going through something, you might then attract someone else that's angry. So be aware of that, because we create whatever's going on out here in this outer world. We create it through our thoughts, through our intention. Cause and effect. You can change an outcome. So anyone here, I would like you to share with me if you've had any kind of telepathic messages you've received. Have you been practicing your psychic phenomenon? I haven't been around for a few weeks, and you well know that I was going through some health stuff. I'm all better. And I went away and I took a vacation and I needed it. And I had a sinus infection, blah, blah, blah. I'm so bored of all of it. But I'm good now. I'm back at the gym. Everything's great. And so tonight we are going to cover topics like bank and government collapse. Just a little bit. I just want to touch on it. Hey, Bob Harding. Yay. Iowa, hi. How are you? You know, Bob, I still have this little cheat sheet with everyone's name on it. Now, why do I have this? Because, you know, you are important. Like I say, you're a beautiful being of light. Doesn't matter where you live, what you look like, what you have, or what you do. As is. We're talking about your heart. We're talking about your spirit. You know, when we pass on, we just change our form. Our spirit leaves and goes somewhere else. And we are still that same being of light. Hopefully, we're all going to live a couple of 100 years, because maybe we're going to encounter the med beds. Maybe we're going to have the solar flash. We might just get rid of all the toxins, no more chemtrails, no more eating those GMOs. I've been I've been taking a lot of vitamin D lately. I forgot about that. And when I stopped taking the vitamin D, I seem to be more susceptible to getting sick. So I'm back on the vitamin D. But this little list here is important, and I'm really grateful that you're here. And thank you for all your patience. So the last few weeks, have I been doing nothing? No, I've been doing a lot of other things. You know, I have my second job. I have 2 jobs, which is great. You know, some people have 1 job. I have 2. I'm sure at one point I'm going to move back to having 1. And I've been working on these videos, telepathy, the basics of telepathy and ESP. We've got the Roku channel set up. It's called Awaken. You can find it, and I'll give more information as time goes on and the content is put up. And there's 3 of us that are, you could say, those that are practicing psychic phenomenon, and we have our clairvoyance, and I believe one of the individuals is a medium. And we are each putting up some content. So my channel is called Sparklight, but it's under Awaken. If you want to look on Roku, it's going to be on an app so you can watch it on your phone. That's coming up. And then also I want to let you know that in January, this guy right here, we're going to be doing a radio show called The Two Psychics. And it's Michael Edley, and I've known him since 2015, and I've interviewed him multiple times, and he's a real psychic. And he had his own psychic school in New Jersey, and he taught how to be a psychic. He taught how to learn all about other realms, talk to spirit. And doing a radio show. He's actually called an evidential medium and spiritual visionary. So if you want to look back through my videos on YouTube, you can see that I've interviewed him multiple times. So anyway, how is everyone? Share with me what's been going on. I have to say that I'm kind of surprised. It seems like we're at a crossroads. The momentum was moving. I sensed that we were going to have some kind of changeover, and the progress has been very slow. Now, we have been facing a spiritual war. I talk about angels all the time. Angels are beings of light, and they come from the heavens to earth, and they're here to protect humanity and guide us, and they're messengers. And maybe if you've had a near-death experience, you've crossed over and you've seen an angel, an angelic being. Now, we might see angels in our third eye like I have, or in a dream. You might have felt as though you have a brush across the face, or there's a presence around you and you know it's pure and good. And maybe it's an angel. And they have helped humanity. They've helped humanity get through this spiritual war. And I say there's hundreds upon thousands upon millions of angels traveling from the heavens to earth. And they're ascending and descending on a staircase. And there's 9 ranks of angels. And in fine arts, we see them with halos and wings. Now, do angels really have halos and wings? Well, I know that if we have a vision of them, because I have, we see them that way because that's the image that has been presented to us. Do they look exactly like that? I don't know. I'm just giving you my experiences. Maybe they're just specks of light. Their energy is pure and they're here for us. And you can call out to your own guardian angels that you've had since birth and ask for help if you're going through something. Well, this spiritual war that we've been going through, it seems as though we've kind of figured out that a lot of these leaders and representatives in government and positions of power have been kind of working against us. And they've not all, I shouldn't say all, many of them have not been doing right by us. And I thought I had this kind of, I was like, oh my gosh, things are going to get better right now. They're going to get better. And I don't have to worry anymore. And in some ways, I was looking for something or someone to save us. And I've said over and over again, we have to save ourselves. We have to pull up our personal power from our root chakra. And we have to bring it all up. And we're going to do something right now, something like that right now. And I'd like you to uncross your legs. And why? Because we have to save ourselves. We are going to together create this new civilization, this new Earth Gaia. And we're going to do that through our thoughts, through our energies, through our energetic patterns, through our positivity, through our hope, through our light, because we all have that. We can't wait for someone over there to be like, oh, come here, I'll take my hand, I'll help you. We can't. We can't. We don't know if that's ever going to happen, because everyone has to look out for themselves. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to let out a breath. And I'd like you to put all your weight in your bottom, like I say. And we're going to ground ourselves. We're going to imagine our feet in the earth, and we're wiggling our toes, and the base of our spine, our root chakra, is going into the ground, traveling down to the ground. And we're going to let go of any tension that we have in our arms and our legs. Maybe inhale and exhale. And try to find some peace within you. By the time we get to a Friday in the Matrix work week, I myself was saying, oh my gosh, I just need a break. I'm exhausted. And maybe you feel that way too. So we have to let go of everything before this moment. Let it go. Let go of all of our thoughts. Let's have some focus. Let's have just some relaxation. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to travel down. Now, I don't know what you're going to see and how it's going to feel for you. Maybe there's layers and layers of energies or memories or circumstances that are preventing you from reaching your bottom. But I'd like you to close your eyes. And I'd like you to travel down within you, whatever that means to you. So for me, I literally see myself going down, 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 down. And I believe that it's my spirit. Maybe it's another dimension. It's someplace in the universe, but it's attached to me. And I'd like you to travel down. Let's travel down, 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 and try to reach our bottom, the bottom of us. You know, I always like to know my boundaries in a situation with another person. So let's try to reach our bottom. I'm going to be quiet. We're going to try to go down as far as we can till we hit what we think is our bottom. Maybe it's the bottom of your root chakra. Maybe it's the base of your spine. Maybe it's someplace else entirely. So when you get to a place that you think is close to your bottom, if not your bottom, of you, of your spirit, of you, I'd like you to see in that space a ball of light. And this is how we're going to connect to the light within us. And you see this ball of light. It's probably the size of a ping pong ball. And this ball of light, when I say ball of light, it's looking like maybe a whitish yellow color. And this ball of light is spinning. And I hope to some degree you physically feel a weight of this ball of light, because for me, I do. Because this ball of light is powerful. So there's a weight to it. And this ball of light is spinning. And it's spinning at your very bottom. And as it's spinning, it's expanding. And it's filling all the space within you. Whatever that means to you, each of us are going to have a different experience. So it's spinning in different directions. We'll say clockwise. This ball is expanding, and it's just filling up like it's a tube of you, filling up with light. And then it's spinning counterclockwise. And this ball is no longer a ball. It's just filling all the space within you. And as it's spinning, and the width and the length of you is filling up with light. And I want you to Realize the power that you have inside of you. I want you to connect to this power that you have. You have a beautiful, glowing light within you. You just have to connect. And it's coming up, 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 all the way up. And as it's pushing and it's expanding outside of your being, your physical being. This light is coming out and it's coming up, 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 and out of you. It's traveling all the way through all your chakras and out of your crown chakra. And here it is right here in this space before you, all of this light. And I want you to realize this light that you have. This is how much power you have. Realize the power that you have. So what are you going to do with this light? That's entirely up to you. Are you going to make this light be part of you in your human energy field? Is this light going to bring you somewhere? What would you like to do with this light? I would like you to hopefully realize this light can carry you as far as you want to go and as fast as you want to go. So maybe right here with this light surrounding you, because now this light has filled your entire energy field. Do you see this light before you? Is it a blinding light, a blinding, glowing white light? And it's surrounding you. What would you like to do now with this light? Where would you like to go? In this moment, we must realize it in this moment, not tomorrow, not yesterday, right now. What are you going to do with this light? You're going to utilize this light because this is you. You can do whatever you want. Your thoughts are very powerful. So right here we are. Here's this light. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to come up with something myself and you come up with something yourself. Okay, maybe it's a humongous goal because we want to shoot high, right? Don't we want to shoot high to get here? All right, everyone. Up. What is Bob Harding saying? That's beautiful, Bob. Thank you. That's wonderful. What a good guy. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Are we about to undergo this big change? What is going to happen? Now, I've heard because I've shared with you, and I'm getting a little bored of it. I'm trying to just focus on doing these videos for the Roku. And why I say I'm getting bored is because everyone can have some kind of story that they say, a rumor of what's going to happen. Are they a black hat? Are they a white hat? And some of these very well-known people that are either in the media, whether they are doing their own videos or they are politicians or they are people that are allegedly trying to help us. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know if they're even real. Are they an AI? Are they a clone? Are they wearing a mask? All this stuff. I'm just so tired of all of it. So I would like to mention today, allegedly, is the end of this banking system. We will see December 15th. They said because of the Basel III. What is the Basel III? The Basel III is this new regulatory accord that is a set of reforms designed to mitigate risk within the international banking sector. And really what it means is that there has to be the money that equates the number that's in the bank. And so far, we haven't been doing that. It's a made-up number. That money does not exist. Are we about to transfer into this gold and precious metals rather than the dollar? I don't know. And then, of course, there is this idea of this quantum financial system. So I'm not sure, like maybe are not sure, because how would we know? I don't know what to believe anymore. I did read up today because I like to get current information. I know we've had these bank closures, and I've mentioned those in the past. In the month of December, 64 U.S. banks in 1 week we had. And the big banks like Bank of America, JP Morgan, Citizen Bank, Bank of America, Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, all of them have been having the physical brick and mortar bank closures. Now, is that just because they're AI? Is that because there's more digital? Or is that because the banking system's about to change? We don't know until it happens. And you're not going to find it on the mainstream media. They're not going to tell you the truth because that is all run by the elite cabal. That is all the black hats. Those are the ones working against us, humanity, and looking out for themselves. I did read today that FSOC, which is the Financial Stability Oversight Council, it claims that AI is a potential risk to nations' financial. This Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, says AI is generating images that are false. Also, they were speaking of climate change and throwing that in there. Is climate change going to affect financing? I don't understand that. That's like they're throwing in there I don't even know what to make of that, but that's what I read today. The collapse of Silicon Valley, the seizure of the Signature Valley Bank by the FDC has kind of thrown these big banks into a quandary because they don't know how to proceed if they have to show all of the money that they claim that they have. Where is all the money? I don't know. I mean, if everyone went down to the bank and tried to take out their money, what would happen? I've heard that they ask you, what are you doing with your money? The FSDOC, Regional and Community Banks Commercial Real Estate, says that there is $6 trillion in commercial real estate loans, and they only have 50% of that money. So it's $3 trillion that they have and $3 trillion that they don't have, which means, oh my gosh, who is this? Tarot. I don't know what's going to happen. Everyone will have to make them on the board come to me. I've been in that. I don't know what's going to happen. Everyone else. Into your vibe, happily from Iowa. Recently started volunteers. Well, thank you for joining us. Hello, I'm Mary, coming live from New York. And with the bank collapse, is there going to be a government collapse? I know that some of the administration is being, I guess, how do I say it? I don't want to say the word impeached, but they are talking about impeachment. But they've been saying that about the last president and this president. So I don't know what to make of that, if they're going to ride it out. I've also seen that they've been bringing out The Rock lately. Is he going to run for the next presidential election in 2024? Or is that just for marketing? The government is now proven to be inconsiderate to us. The three-letter agencies are a joke. And it's funny because I watch some of these television shows, which we know that the television is basically was created to be was to be for entertainment. I have a little picture, and this was back way when they had a little black and white and it was a big box. See, it's supposed to be entertainment, but somehow we all take it so seriously. Many of these television shows that I've been watching lately on all of the streaming channels all have these three-letter government plot lines, and they're always saving us. I don't know if I believe that to be true. I mean, I'm a skeptic. We know. Unless I see it for myself, I don't know what to believe. We together are overcoming obstacles and experiences, and I'm here to basically share with you healing techniques. We get onto psychic phenomenon. I speak about angels. We go down the rabbit hole on topics. I don't ever claim to be an expert on any of this. I've been studying to be, and I've been certified as an intuitive wisdom coach, and I'm an artist. I am not a historian. I am not a I'm not a writer. I've written some like books, but I'm not a writer that writes for, I guess, any kind of research. I'm basically here just to support you. So we together are going to motivate ourselves to be better versions of ourselves, to bring up our own light, to learn about our own psychic phenomenon, and be supportive of each other. Like law of one, service to others. Service to others is 51% of your thoughts and actions are about taking care of others. Service to self is 95% of your thoughts and actions are about me, 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 me. It's all about me. It's all about me. We want to focus on service to others. Okay. So we are basically preparing right now. Whatever's going to happen, some change is going to happen. I can't make any guarantees. I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that something good is about to happen. So we are basically preparing for a new banking system. Now, is it going to be involving advanced technology? Probably. Maybe it will be involving a quantum phone or quantum computer, which is a supercomputer. All transactions of financial moves will be available, no hidden. Will they be connected to Starlink? Is that going to flip on? And the EBS, the emergency broadcast system, will come on, and we will all change what we're doing by the flip of a switch. And we will learn about what's been going on behind the scenes, maybe like the Wizard of Oz when they open the curtain and there's the Oz and he's telling everyone what to do with these leverages. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just throwing this out there. All right, so moving on, let's get on to UFOs, because I have more knowledge about UFOs than I do about the banking system. I mean, I'm just like, rah, rah, rah. I mean, right? I mean, what do I know? But we are going to try to motivate and have more self-improvement, and we're going to take away self-doubt. I think when you become more accepting of yourself and you have more self-confidence, which means that you allow your abilities to come forward. And it might not just be what this psychic phenomenon or your clairsenses that I speak of. I'm talking about all of your abilities. Maybe you're really, really good at something since you were a kid and you overlooked it and you went into a different direction because of those that you were raised by, or a teacher told you to, or your mind said, oh, that'll make me more money. I'd like you to look back at, maybe write down in this moment. I think I'm going to do it as well because I think this is a little exercise. Something that you were good at as a kid. So let's right now go back to a time of you as a child. Let's say before you hit school. So you were 4 years old. I'd like you to close your eyes and I'd like you to go back to a time. So we're going to relax. We're going to relax all of ourselves. We're going to let go of any tension we have. We're going to put our weight in our bottom. We're going to let any energies go through our arms like we're a rag doll. We're going to drop down into our physical vessel. Have focus and concentration. And if you like, you can tune into one of your clairsenses, your clairaudience, your clairvoyance, your clairsustenance, maybe your sense of touch. You're going to let out a breath. I'd like you to, this is my suggestion right now. I'd like you to go back to when you were 4 years old, to a memory that you had of something that you like to do. And I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to do it as well. So when you were 4 years old, so tune into one of your clairsenses and go back to when you were 4 years old. What is something that you like to do? Okay, so I had a really hard time getting there because I was fighting what I was remembering. Because I said, I don't know if I want to go to this memory. I don't know if I want to go to this memory. I don't know what happened to you. I'm going to tell you my personal experience. We're going to have strength and determination. This is my little list today, a little cheat sheet of what I want to remind myself that I should say to you, which is to have self-confidence, to overcome, self-improvement, uh, take away thoughts of self-doubt, because that will hinder your progress and your potential. So the memory, what kind of memory did you have? So I had this memory. And again, I'm going to say that I really was deciding I didn't want to go to it. And I don't know why, because this memory kind of gives me a little bit of pain attached to it. And I mentioned I'm an artist, and you can see I painted this back here, and I've done art. I've done watercolor, acrylics, murals. I had this memory of being a little girl, and I would, when I would be put to sleep, go to sleep, I would turn on a little light, and I would get some water, and I had a watercolor set, and I would take pieces of paper and I would paint. And I really enjoyed doing this. It was something that I liked to do. And what's so funny is I only did it when I was alone, when I would go to sleep. And that's a memory I had. And what's more interesting to me is I saw details. I saw what the lamp looked like. I saw what the floor looked like. So if you start to become more acquainted with your clairsenses, with your psychic phenomenon, with your abilities, every time you get one of these suggestions, you're going to see more and more information, and you're going to have emotions attached to it. So for me, there was a little bit of pain. Now, why was there this pain? Because I think I wanted to do it, but I was only allowed to do it when I chose to do it on my own. It wasn't something that I was supported during the day. Anyway, hey, Bob Hardy. I was excellent at putting together puzzles. Well, it's so funny because I saw puzzles too, and I didn't even know what that was. So maybe I was getting your memory, Bob Harding. All right, so UFOs. UFOs. So far today, we are pulling up our power. We're not looking for someone to save us. We're reminding ourselves of what we're good at. So maybe I need to get back to watercolors, or maybe I need to accept more of what I am good at. And that might be what this was. That was the message I was supposed to receive today. What message were you supposed to receive, Bob Harding, about puzzles, and anyone else out there? UFOs. I wanted to make this a topic tonight because I was listening to a podcast, and I mentioned to you that I listened to and watched Twitter, and I'm very intrigued by Twitter, because it really means nothing, but it means something at the same time. And I feel like there's more honesty on Twitter than other social media. And my voice changed when I said that. And Tucker Carlson has now been doing these interviews. And interview 51 was with David Gresh, who was this whistleblower. And he had met with an oversight committee, and he was one of 3 whistleblowers. And in this interview with Tucker Carlson, he shared more than he did when he was a whistleblower. And I believe it was presented before Congress. I don't know if he now kind of felt more comfortable with speaking about the truth, but the gist of what he said, I'm going to show you some UFOs. The gist of what he said during this interview with Tucker Carlson, which was yesterday, the day before, the whistleblower, was that there was, in the double digits, UFO crashes. There were biologics, and they weren't humans. They were beings that came with some of the crashes of these UFOs, these spaceships. And he did not speak about Roswell, New Mexico incident, which was in 1947. It was the first publicized alien spaceship crash, and there was a wreckage, and there were bodies, and there was 1 live and 3 that passed and they were taken to Area 51. He didn't speak about that one, but he spoke about one from Italy in 1933 and said there were ones before that. So I don't know if you're aware of that. I don't know if you watched this interview with Tucker Carlson. I found it fascinating that Tucker Carlson is bringing this forward, because then that means that it's becoming more mainstream news and it's not some kind of joke anymore. The UFO reported, here's something interesting. The UFO reports the Pentagon failed to explain 143 sightings. So there is what's called MUFON. I don't know if you've looked at this website, MUFON, and you can, as a US citizen or wherever you are in the world, you can post on MUFON and you can speak about and write about any kind of UFO sightings or encounters you've had. Are you a contactee? Have you been present during some kind of UFO sighting? And have you seen UFOs personally? Have you been contacted by maybe an extraterrestrial? Are you an inner contactee or an outer contactee? Do you have a fascination with this? I'm bringing this up because I believe that we're going to get more and more information about UFOs and extraterrestrials and aliens. Now, are they coming from the water? Are they coming from the skies? Is there a dome over the skies? These are a lot of questions. Is this something that's created and they have been cloaking other continents and other countries and the rest of the globe? There's a way to cloak. They can cloak locations. Now this, I'm going to get on to the Galactic Federation of Light, and these beings right here allegedly are from the Galactic Federation of Light. But before I get onto that, I want to just share a little bit more about UFOs. And I will hold up a picture while I speak about it because I like visuals myself. I know I have more than one picture of UFOs. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Well, I can tell you before I show, here's one picture of a UFO. This is what they say is, if you observe a UAP or a UFO, what you will notice is sudden and instantaneous acceleration. Now, I know that the US government has also designed reverse alien technology and their own black projects, the secret space program, their own UAPs and UFOs, hypersonic velocities without signatures, low observational ability, transmedium travel, and positive lift. Transmedium travel means it can go underwater and it can also fly. All right, so UFOs. Now, I read that retired Army Colonel Carl E. Nell, he had a UAP campaign plan to show transparency, as well as the Manhattan Project to successfully reverse engineer covered UAP crafts. Now, whistleblower David Gresh said, open ourselves to a future where truth, unity, technological advancement, and deeper understanding of our existence converge. And as I just mentioned, the Tucker Carlson interview, MSM, they are not of human origin. That's what David Gresh said. They are not of human origin. The interview with U.S. Tim Burchett, UFO and UAP Disclosure Act of 2023. The law requires U.S. government to disclose information about identified flying objects. So this is a new Disclosure Act. Are they going to share with us what's been going on? Why are they hiding it? And that was a question that Tucker Carlson had for David Gresh. And he said, because what they're claiming is that there's radioactive materials that are involved with these UAPs, and that has to do with nuclear weapons. So then that's their little caveat. Is that what they call it? A caveat to prevent us from finding out. Now, supposedly our presidents throughout history have been shown UAPs or UFO information, extraterrestrial information. I don't know if you remember that I spoke about Valiant Thor. And Valiant Thor was this extraterrestrial that came from, I believe it was Venus, and he spent time at the White House and the Pentagon, and he shared with the president, I think it was President Eisenhower, how we should have more peace on Earth. And Valiant Thor shared ways for us as humanity, to be more kind and compassionate. I don't know if that's a true story. You can look it up, but it's out there. There's videos out there, and I've posted it on my Instagram and my Twitter before. And so throughout history now, we've realized that there has been these UFO sightings, these UFO encounters. Were the gray aliens coming to humans and experimenting and making hybrids? Do we have DNA inside of us that is, who is that? Ian. Hi, Ian. How are you? Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm kind of like roaming today. I'm roaming. I'm not really having as much structure as I normally do. I'm just kind of whatever comes into my mind. I don't know why. That's just how I'm operating right now. But do great aliens have great aliens throughout history? There were times where there was alien abductions by great aliens. Were aliens taking humans onto ships and taking part of their DNA? Were they having sexual encounters with women on Earth? This is all hearsay. This is all stories of abductions. And then there were psychologists that came out, or psychiatrists, and said, oh, that was not true, and that is trauma. And there was some kind of explanation for it. It was debunked. I don't know. Was it a form of mind control? That's what I don't know how much of what's real and false, because our government has been putting together projects and programs for many years. MK Ultra, mind control, brainwashing. They can zap us. The Havana syndrome. They have these energy weapons. Go back to Tesla. Was he a time traveler? Was he an extraterrestrial? These are all questions that I have. So getting back to the mainstream media is actually covering some of this UAP and UFO information, and they are making it more common for us to hear about. So is that because we're about to have disclosure? Is that because they want us to have fear? I don't know. What I can say is, don't watch the news. I don't watch the news because there's some kind of frequency that it sends out, and it also brings a lot of fear. I don't think we should have fear. I think we should focus on our talents and our abilities and whatever we love, and let's create this beautiful civilization where we come out of our homes and hug one another. And we are actually just working towards creating this beautiful place, peace on earth, love to all of mankind. So let's get on to the Galactic Federation of Light before, who is that? Oh my gosh, let's see. I'm not asking for any money. I'm not giving you $10. You don't have to give me any money. I'm here for free. I'm just speaking my mind, aren't I? Okay, so we're going to get on to the Galactic Federation of Light. And what is that exactly? And was Valiant Thor from the Galactic Federation of Light? I say to you, okay, I'd like you to really channel and for you to really discover all of your talents and all of your abilities. And you say, I'm trying, but I can't. I'm not receiving any information. You say I'm a transmitter and I'm a receiver and I have all these telepathic abilities and I can master at least one clear sense, but it's not working. So why would that be? Probably because you're blocking yourself. And it's entirely up to you. So how could you be blocking yourself? Well, maybe you're blocking yourself because someone told you that this is ridiculous. No one's really psychic. No one has any kind of abilities. No one is clairvoyant. And so you say, it's ridiculous. However, you're listening to me. So you must believe something. Now, if you don't embrace this fully, if you don't embrace all of your abilities fully, then of course you're not going to be able to do it. If you have doubt, if you have fear, you're not going to be able to do any of it. It's really simple. It's really, really simple. It's just about first going to your heart. So let's do that right now. Let's do that before we get on to the subject of the Galactic Federation of Light, because we are going to be doing some psychic phenomenon at the 1 hour mark. I'd like you right now. We are going to do the steps, which we've done now already twice tonight, but we're going to add the breathing. So we're going to put all of our weight in our bottom, which means the base of your spine. And we're going to have gratitude for this moment. And we're going to get into a comfortable position. You're going to uncross your legs. Now, it's entirely up to you if you want to have your eyes open or your eyes closed. When I do this specific exercise, I like to have my eyes closed. When I tune into my third eye, my mind's eye, my clairvoyance, I have my eyes open because I see another realm, another dimension. But that's me. You're going to have your natural way of achieving your clairsense, your psychic phenomenon, which is you're going to receive information from an outside source. It's not going to be like you normally feel. Like when you touch your arm, it feels like something. But when you receive something through your senses, like maybe your hearing, your clairaudience, it's not going to feel like this. It's not going to feel like a normal way that you are utilizing your senses. It's coming from an outside source. It's a knowing that you have without anyone telling you. It's like it just dropped down into your system. So you have to accept that. You can't deny it because whatever you receive is meant for you because you operate on your own personal ID, your own personal vibrational frequency. That is just yours. So let's say someone comes into your life. Let's say someone knocks on your door. Let's say you get an email, a text, a phone call. By chance, someone sees you and meets you and says, hi, and they come into your life. It's meant for you. Now, you can deny it or you can accept it. If you get some kind of forewarning or a premonition and an alert and a hunch that says, oh, no, this is not good for you, trust it. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. Trust your dreams. Okay, so we're pushing away doubt. We're dropping down into our system. We're feeling like all of the tension is leaving our body, any anxiety, any stress that we have. We're lowering our heart rate. We're lowering our blood pressure. We're tuning into our inner world. We're pushing away doubt. We're having self-confidence, a willingness to accept whatever impression. So the impression might be a mental picture, a visual, a sound, a voice, a tone. Maybe it's the dropping of something. From time to time, I hear something hit the ground or a sound. Maybe it's two metals hitting each other. Maybe it's an outside sound in our environment. Maybe it's something in nature. There's so many possibilities. Maybe it's a voice, someone telling you something. Okay, so as you do this, you're dropping down. And now I'd like you to focus on your breath. So we're going to do 3 inhales and exhales together. And we're going to do it on a 5 count. So you're inhaling, you're counting to 5 in your mind. You're holding it for 5, you're exhaling for 5. We're going to do this 3 times right now because this is how we calm our systems down. And that's how we're going to receive the most information. Okay, so now that we've relaxed, what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you to tune into your heart, which is your clairsustenance. Maybe you're empathic. You feel everything. What do you feel in your heart in this moment? Is it a word? Is it a sentence? Is it a hope? Is it sadness? What is it exactly? Ask yourself. This is how you're going to tune into yourself. You're tuning in. How are you feeling? All right, so maybe you're going to receive an answer that you're surprised about. Accept it. It's something that you need to know. Whenever I've been asking myself lately with any of these suggestions during my clair sense exercises, it always seems to be something that's about to happen. It's not in this moment. And what I received just now is withdrawn, which means this is an alert for me to know that something's about to happen that I'm going to withdraw from, which is kind of negative, but now I'm prepared and I'm going to accept that. All right, so the Galactic Federation of Light, what is that? The Galactic Federation of Light is supposed to be an organization that's off planet that is here connecting to us for humanity to save humanity. Now, allegedly, folklore says that Space Force has been working, which is Space Force is an arm of the government. It's one of the military forces in the US government, Space Force. It was designed by DT, and they've been working with the Galactic Federation of Light. And the Galactic Federation of Light is also supposed to be connected to the quantum financial system and these computers, and you go into these rooms and these centers, and they check your heart to see if you can do a humanitarian project. I don't know if this is true. I'm just throwing this information out there. So the Galactic Federation is supposed to look like this. They're very peaceful beings. It's an alliance of extraterrestrial civilizations within the Milky Way. Now, there was an Israeli Ministry of Defense, Ham Hashid, I butcher names, so don't hold me to it. And he said he was the space director during 2007 launch of Spy Satellite. And in December 2020, he claimed that the US government had been in contact with extraterrestrial life for years. And there was secret agreements with the Galactic Federation of Light in order to do experiments of Earth and a joint base underground on Mars. Have we already created some kind of base on Mars? I don't know. I've heard this many times. Is this sci-fi? Is this a real thing? He stated that DT was aware and on the verge of informing everyone, but was stopped by the Galactic Federation of Light wanting to prevent mass hysteria. He wrote a book, The Universe Beyond the Horizon, Conversations with the Professor Han Hashid, which I need to get this book. And he was the author in November 2020. So if you want to look that up, it's Stories of Aliens Preventing Nuclear Disaster. Is this true? I don't know. Just throwing it out there. So the Galactic Federation of Light has these beings that travel on these spaceships. They contact humans and they give them some kind of plan of what to do, or they make contact with them and they share ways for humanity to come together and enlighten and go through a process of ascension to another dimension. Star seeds and light workers are supposed to be connected to the Galactic Federation of Light because they are actually bringing humanity to another dimension, and it's a place of love and light and peace. There's a channeler called Daniel Scratton, and he channels the Galactic Federation of Light. And I'm going to share with you what he said during one of his channeling exercises. And he goes into a trance, speaks to the camera. He has online, you can find him. And he said, "This is the Andromedan Council of Light, and we are happy to connect with humanity. It is time for all of you to reach out to the stars and acknowledge your origins here. Are you an Andromedan? Are you an Arcturian? Are you a Palladian? Are you one of these benevolent extraterrestrials?" Now, countering that, I could say that there's what's called the reptilian extraterrestrials, who are supposed to be malevolent. And they're supposed to be these extraterrestrials that eat humans and they live under the ground and they have all of these plots with our government. And is this real or false? I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. But back to the Galactic Federation of Light. Daniel Scratton says, "For you to bring the energies of these other star systems down to the earth by accessing the energies that you have within you, you do connect with the stars. You are comprised of extraterrestrial DNA and stardust. You have memories in your subconscious of your off-world lifetime adventures. We know that peace on earth is in you, and it's not so distant future." Okay, so there we go. We've covered tonight bank and government collapse. Is Basel III going to change our financial system? Are we going to wake up Monday morning and we're not going to be able to use our credit cards because they won't be of any value anymore, and these credit card companies can no longer charge us, and we're going to have this new financial system? I don't know. It seems like a reach right now because there's no indication of it. And I know, like I said, you can't really trust the mainstream media. You can't really watch the news. But let's see what happens, because we're going to get onto some psychic phenomenon. And we covered UFOs. And we covered extraterrestrials. These are known as Arcturians. These are known as gray aliens. Do aliens really exist? Is it a psyop? These are a form of extraterrestrials. Now, there's probably thousands of different species. Now, is it naive for us to think that we are the only beings in the cosmos, in the universe, that exist? Yes. All right, so let's get on to some psychic phenomenon. I always share with you, as you ascend to a higher consciousness, which means that your consciousness is expanding. How does it expand? It expands by meditating. It expands by spending time alone, turning off your technology, turning off your phone, just listening to yourself, tuning into your clair senses. Have you activated your third eye? I speak about taking a stone, putting it on your third eye, which is the space between your two eyebrows. Taking your finger, moving in a circular motion, asking to activate your third eye. You can't force any of this. You have to really accept whatever abilities that you have naturally. You have abilities, you can master at least one, possibly three, all of them if you practice. It's baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Now, you might have already been awakened from the time you were born, and you came out into this world and you already knew all of this and you already saw. Maybe you had near-death experiences like I have, and you connected to light. You might start dreaming and having dreams like with light. In the last few days, I've been having dreams a lot of lucid dreams. I don't remember a lot of it. I'm not really writing my dreams down. I am so busy. I have to get up and get right to my job in the Matrix that I don't have time to write down my dreams. But there have been some dreams that are very telling about my waking life. The more clear you are, which means that you allow yourself to express what you think and feel. The more clear you are would be that you are accepting, all of you are embracing. We all have duality within us. We have parts of us that we are shameful of, that we don't want anyone to know, like a secret life. Now, I worked as a holistic coach, an intuitive coach, for a few years. And during that time, I was kind of dissatisfied with humanity because I realized that everyone on the outside was presenting a certain view of themselves, but on their inside, they had this secret life going on. And not all of it was good. And why is that? It's because from the time they were children, they were told a part of them was not acceptable. So what I'm asking you to do is I'm asking you to accept all of you. So if there's something you're shameful about, accept it within you, because that is blocking you. It's blocking you from your destiny. So maybe it's something like, maybe you lie a lot and people don't realize it because you're a really good liar. I'd like you to accept that you lie. And as soon as you start to accept that part of you that you're shameful about, you're going to release it and let it go. And you probably aren't going to lie as much. Maybe it's something that you have, like an addiction that no one knows about and you hide it. Write it down. Journal about it. Say, hey, this is what happened to me. This is why I do it, and accept it. Now, you don't have to share it with anyone. It's just about you accepting it within you. Because when you start to accept all of you, you're going to become more clear. Your chakras are going to be moving. They're wheels of light within you. All right, so you might begin to have some lucid dreams like this as you expand your awareness, as you expand your consciousness. You might begin to get flashes of information while you're awake about someone, something that's going to happen. You might begin to receive other people's thoughts, and you communicate with them telepathically. If you have a close friend or a relative that you have a lot in common with, and you are operating on a place of love and kindness and peace and compassion, you might begin to receive and transmit information to each other. That's called direct transference. All right. As you progress, we're going to do an exercise. As you progress, because we've hit the 1 hour mark, as you progress, you're going to become more capable of healing yourself and healing others. That's going to be the next step beyond telepathy, because you're getting down to kind of the foundation and the basics within you. And you are becoming the best version of you, and more of your DNA is going to come online, and it's going to be apparent to you. And as that happens, and as you raise your vibration to a higher consciousness, you're going to become a better human being, which means you might start to have this mission or this purpose to help others. So you have a healing power within you. It's just been blocked. All right, so before we go tonight, I'd like us to do some psychic phenomenon. Let me remind you, I'm going to show the chart. And the chart really is basically all of the clairsenses that are pretty prominent that you might have. So it's clear vision, which is clairvoyance, clear audience, which is clear hearing, clear cognizance, which is clear knowing. Now, all of these are abilities that you have without anyone telling you the information. You don't have to walk around with the name I'm a psychic, because everyone's psychic. I know it's a title that people use, but it's just because they've honed their abilities. It's just because they've honed their abilities, and it just takes practice. All right. I think today we're going to veer off into another direction. I get an indication of what I should do, and we're going to do this. We are going to practice right now being a medium. All right, so what we're going to do is, how are we going to do that? We're going to do the little steps that we normally do. So we're going to relax. We're going to let go of any tension that we have. We're like a rag doll. We're going to put all our weight in our bottom. We're going to remind ourselves that we're grateful for this moment. We have gratitude. Here we are in this space. I'm holding a glass. So we're in the moment. You cannot create and you cannot receive information unless you're in the moment. Doesn't matter what happened a minute ago. Doesn't matter what's happening in an hour or 5 seconds from now. Right here we are in the moment. Wiggle your toes. Imagine them in the earth. Let go of any tension. Drop down into your physical vessel. Push away any doubt. Push away any fear. Do not have fear. Do not have fear. Because fear will bring fear. Fear will attract negativity. It's a low vibrational emotion. Fear, shame, hate, anger. We have no fear. Good things are happening. Okay, so we're going to let go of any tension. We're going to have focus and concentration. Like I said, you can have your eyes open or closed. What I'd like you to do right now is I'd like you to focus on your hearing and your seeing, your clairvoyance and your hearing. Now, we can throw in feeling, but maybe 2 is the most we can handle at one time. And what we're going to do is we're going to try, it's the first time I've asked any of you to do this, we're going to try to connect to someone that we know that passed. And I have to share with you before we officially do this is that I started to hear from spirit when I was awakened to my abilities, like fully awakened. And so spirits would come to me and I was scared. So I said, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be a medium. And I blocked it. Now, I didn't really have officially them. I would see them, but I never could really connect to what they were saying. I would just see them. I would see their personality because I really blocked it. And I think it hurt me because there was a lot of spirits that came to me because they knew that I could see them. I'm suggesting that you don't block this because it's very positive and it's very healing. And it kind of takes away your fear of death because you realize that it's another location, it's another realm. All right, so let's try this. So we've done this, we've done all the little steps. We focused on our breath, our inhaling and exhale. We've dropped down into our system. We've put all our weight on the base of our spine. We're in the moment. We have gratitude. And we're tuning into our hearing, which is beyond the walls of the room, and our seeing, our clairvoyance. And right now, the suggestion is to connect to someone who's passed that you are close to. And let's see if you receive any information from them. I'm going to be quiet. What kind of impressions do you receive? What kind of knowing do you have? Okay, so I don't know if you received anything. I stop and I start speaking to you because I don't want to spend too much time. I don't know how long when I close my eyes that I go off somewhere else, but I did receive information. And I want to do this again on my own because I connected without realizing with someone that I was close to, and I think that she has a message for me. I immediately saw it had memories. I heard a few voices, but I saw more of my clairvoyance. I saw more of a story. I don't know if you received anything, if you'd like to share it with me or us. It's very personal, I know, when you connect to someone who's passed, and it can be very sad. And maybe it's not a good memory you have. I did see and have memories that were kind of lost inside of me that came forward. So it can be a good experience. Why do I give these suggestions? Well, I give these suggestions basically to stir up inside of you who you really are. Maybe it's something that you've forgotten that you need to know. And it's a way of connecting to yourself and kind of putting all of you back together. Because sometimes when if we've had chronic trauma or we've been too compressed, if we get too stressed, we lose parts of ourselves. And when we lose parts of ourselves, we kind of lose some of our happiness because we are all beautiful beings of light. All right, so I'm going to spin some light, and you're in the center of it, and you're making a wish, and I want good things for you, and I'm spinning it clockwise, and it's a band of white light, and it's spinning around you. And what is it doing? This band of light is taking away negativity and pain and anger and fear and shame and anything that's hurting you. And I'm imagining this band of white light, and it's spinning around you. It's taking away anything that's hurting you. And that's what it's doing tonight. That's what it's doing. It's taking away anything that's hurting you, because I want all of you to be happy and peaceful and hopeful. And especially at this time of the year, we all have a lot of pressure, and there's the band of light spinning around you, and I'm sending it to you. We all have a lot of pressure, and a lot of it can be financial. So I'm wishing good things for you. I want good things for you. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Spend some time outside with your loved ones, maybe sleep a little bit more, have fun, and I wish you well. Everyone be well. Bye. It doesn't matter where you live, what you look like, what you have, or what you do. You're a beautiful being of light as is. Hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Mary Amy. Bye. Oh, what Bob Harding say? I saw 2 of 3 kids sledding on an orange sled. Wore a pink coat with purple pants and a stripe, and I'm not sure. Well, that's wonderful. It means something. Maybe it's a vision from the future. Bye-bye.